Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Heartwell Demo stream, the live stream series where I'm continuing to develop this adorable Souls-like action RPG with platforming mechanics and multiple endings. If you find these dev streams interesting or helpful, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and boop that bell button to stay notified. Now, when we last left off, we previously left off, we were of course working more on the full documenting what needs to be changed for the full screen changes, or I mean the screen resizing changes. And that's where we'll be picking up tonight. However, I will say that we got pretty far last stream, thanks in no small part to the fact that we're getting through a lot of the UI here in the manifest, because there's a lot of strings here that have calculations related to positioning. Hello, Copper Nicholson. Thanks for dropping by. Welcome, welcome. Yep, today's Heartwell Demo stream night, Copper Nicholson. If you want to know when that Sunday stream is, be sure to check the schedule on the Twitch channel. So, with that being said, we are getting fairly close, I think, to finishing documenting what needs to be changed on this frame. And after that, you might say, okay, would that mean we can then program the changes? Not quite at that moment, because we'll still have to check the depths, because there's some unique things we'll have to consider for the dialogue before/after the boss fights, since that has some extra UI functionality. But granted, that'll be quite similar to the situation we found in the opening cutscene frame. So hopefully it doesn't require too much backtracking, just more of the same, so to speak. And once we've documented that, then we'll be ready to program. But for now, let's put on some music, sit back, relax, and get straight to it. I'm glad you like writing as well, Copper Nicholson. Isn't it so much fun? Whether it's writing code or writing a book. I mean, even writing letters, those are fun. So, I believe we left off with line 746. We are looking at the manifest help box string. And for those who are wondering, what is the manifest help box? It is that in the bottom right, it's, you know how on the manifest in the bottom right there's a rectangle where the text is constantly changing depending on where the user's mouse cursor is in or outside of the manifest when the manifest is open. That is the manifest help box. And this string is what actually displays the text in the manifest help box. So we'll start at line 746. I believe the reason for that is because that's probably where the manifest help box first string first starts to apply. All right, yeah. See, we only got a few more strings to go through, chat. All right. So there's the start of frame. Question I have. So that's the start of frame location. Oh, you said line 746, so I'm guessing we've already covered that. Ah, yeah, we already covered that right there. That line covers that. Okay. Ah, well, I'm glad you read the lore, Copper Nicholson, that you know that Dorothy Heartwell loves to read. She's, in fact, do you recall the lore bits where Dorothy mentioned that she, when she goes to work out at the exercise facilities, she actually likes to read data books in between exercise sets. So that is, so that just shows how much Dorothy enjoys reading. And it also helps that, you know, her main item is a book, effectively. I mean, it's a very, very unique book, but it is still a book. Or at least it looks like a book. So, fair amount of reading in this game, but I think it's worth it. Alright, line 746. Okay, so neither of that is affected. But as for the actual values here. I'm just going to do a quick Control F search to see if 746 pops up. No. Okay, so this is brand new territory. Chat, let's get right to it. Well, would Dorothy Heartwell be interested in reading romance novels? It's certainly possible, but because Dorothy is a very loving person. Something to think about. Would Dorothy be Team Edward or Team Jacob? I think the answer is neither, because Dorothy wouldn't read that. Dorothy likes to read things with substance. So that's my response to that. Also, this is our jam chat. So like many other things, we have, you notice how here, chat, on the left, all these values that are based off of the location of the health bar, this needs to change because it's effectively using the health bar as an unmoving coordinate system. But if we maintain this, this would probably go off screen or be off center in the resized window. So let's copy the action. For this. The best place to do this. Now, why am I copying this? Because the factor that we're adjusting by this by should be the same regardless. Because we're effectively it's the factor we're removing the manifest by. Hello, Anthony the Virus. Thanks for dropping by. Welcome, welcome. What's new in your world? Okay, so we are in line 476. Right now, at the end of the virus, we are in the midst of making more progress on documenting the code. And the good news is, the end is in sight, so to speak. Yo, line by line, welcome, welcome. Howdy, happy Mr. Beaster. Did Mr. Beast post another video? I wonder what they did this time. Well, regardless of Mr. Beast, we are in the midst of documenting code for the rework. But the good news, chat, is you see how we're almost at the end of the line here? That after this, all we have left to do is check the depths for some additional code. And I think the end of demo frame would help too. That should be a pretty straightforward check. And after that, we'll be all set to actually program the rework, or at least the BDM program in. Welcome. Oh, PB and Pretzels, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? Ah, just to play on Easter, gotcha. Let's see here. So, have I ever noticed? Let's see here. So, we got that's mouse there. Got some programming. We need to reduce everything by 80 for the X coordinates and 45 for the Y coordinate. So let's change. This is gonna be one of the situations where we'll want to do this. There we go. So we're changing 218 to, what's all right, 218 minus 80. All right, chat. You'd have to help with the math here too. What is 218 minus 80? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, Anthony the Virus says 69. That's a little too low. 42 is even lower. The correct answer is 158. And that, well, actually, wait, no, it is not. I feel dumb. It is 100 and... I think it's Okay, so 80 minus 220 would be 140. So it's actually 138. I feel very dumb. The correct answer is 138. But don't worry, chat. You'll get another chance. This one should be really easy. So 582 minus 80. All right, chat. Yeah, 5 seconds. While you're doing that, I'll work on the y coordinates, which are reducing by 45. So change 84 to 39. And change 502. We have a winner, PB and Pretzels. Well done on PB and Pretzels. There you go. Also, read a message as a Sonic Frontiers character. As Sonic say, Copper Nicholson, Copper Nicholson, you are an amazing friend. Please stay the happy man you are. Hey, Epi the Mars also down. 502. Nice job, everyone. Next up, we're converting. This is a different question. So, 336 minus 45. I'll give you all 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2. No, minus 45, not 41. So 336 minus 45. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, Copper Nicholson's first guess was 295. Not bad for a guess, not bad. Though, not quite right. 291, that's correct. Good job, Copper Nicholson. Because, as you can see with the power of, let's see here. So, I will say, I am going to say, chat, a fun fact I learned by actually doing this on DevStream is Google autocorrect actually understands basic mathematical functions. So, for example, let's say I wanted to determine what 398 minus 80 is, alright? So, if I type in 398 minus 80 equals, look at that, chat. Autocorrect for the win. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Anthony the Virus. You have some ideas? Well, I will mention on our Discord server, there is a Heartwell feedback channel, and that is the perfect place to post ideas or feedback for Heartwell. There might be a Heartwell ideas channel as well, in which case you would want to make sure to post your ideas on the Heartwell ideas channel. So those would be, if you got ideas for Heartwell, by all means, feel free to post them there. Let's see here. Yep, that's a change, 398 to 318. That's not always full change. There we go. However, this is an X coordinate, so we're going to move this up here. Here's 749. Let's see here. Anthony the Virus is curious about where the Heartwell Steam page is. Well, I think I have a link to the Heartwell Steam page. I mean, there's a link on the Discord server. You also simply type in Heartwell on Steam itself. It's a lot of fun. Let's see here. $336, $398, $84, $336, $582, $196. That's a new one. All right, chat. 196 minus 45. I'll give you 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, a half, a quarter, an eighth, 0. Okay, One by One said 147. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. But PB and Pretzels has it right. That's 151. So as you can see, 196 minus 45 equals Auto correct didn't work. All right, well, it is. I know it is 151 because 196 minus 40 is 156, and then subtract that by 5, you end up with 151. All right, well, that's the chat. Who would have thought that today's dev stream would effectively be a basic hit subtraction class? Hey, I'm all for it. You know what's funny, chat? When you're in school and you're like in the thick of everything and you're having to like do lots and lots of math problems or like, you know, writing essays and such, it can feel very exhausting to do all that stuff. But now that I'm in the workforce and I don't have to worry about like being graded on doing arithmetic, you know, simple arithmetic or writing stuff, it honestly just feels a lot more fun to do this every now and then, like simple subtraction, addition, things like that. All right, thanks for dropping by, Anthony Virus. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Line by line, what's my process for what I do with this code and prepped after it's done? Great questions. So, my process for what I do with this code and prep after it's done. So, first, I'll answer your question with another question. When you say prep after it's done, do you mean prep in order for a patch on Heartwell or prep in a different case? In terms of like my process for this code. So basically right now I'm just documenting my thoughts on what needs to be changed. I'm doing it in a logical order where I'm just giving myself actions like this. So it's very clear cut. I'm not like constantly swimming through formulas in my head. I'm doing all that work up front in a sort of a planning stage so that when I actually go to make the changes for the code, it's a lot that needs to be changed. It'll be less thinking and more just doing. And that will hopefully make it go a lot faster with a lot fewer mistakes. Knock on wood. Now, in terms of how prepping after stuff, under the assumption that you meant how do I upload a patch. So this is something I learned from the Steamworks community. The setup for uploading your game, like uploading a patch to a game, is not as trivial as, say, uploading a file onto YouTube. Like, for uploading a file onto YouTube, you just drag and drop your video file into the little upload box, and it kind of does a lot of things automatically for you. But on Steamworks, well, in Steam, that's not how it works. And you might say, well, why not? Steam is like the biggest video game distributor on PC. Shouldn't it be very simple? But here's the thing. Steam is all about trying to, you know, market and sell video games. And if you could do a simple upload of your video game files, who's to stop someone from hacking those files for free, basically? As a result of that, Steam created, I think it's known as like the Steam pipe. And what the pipe does is it's essentially whenever there's a special program you have to use where you take whatever files you need to upload for your game, you put it into the Steam pipe, and then the Steam pipe effectively, it uploads the data to the server, but it does it megabyte by megabyte and encrypts each megabyte. And because games these days have several, tend to have many gigabytes of data, that's a lot of little micro encryptions to help make sure that that data isn't getting hacked. As a result, the actual upload process is a little more convoluted, but on the flip side, is also a lot safer. And thus, whenever you buy a game from Steam, what it actually does is it takes that encrypted data and then it decrypts it megabyte by megabyte again via the Steam key that you're given. It's all really, really cool and sophisticated. So, does that answer your question line by line, or do you have any follow-up questions? All right. 336, 196, 398. Okay. So that's that section. Okay. Let's continue looking. Have we done line 753 yet? Uh-oh. That could be a problem. I see some calculations. Alright, so I think it's supposed to be identical to the Y mouse value there. Why is that one 154 though? Ah! This could require a bit more thought. Alright. Oh, well, this has it too. Oh, I almost missed this. Alright. Well, time to do a deeper dive. For S-Mouse and as well as manifest help box, italicize, help box, strings. I think it's probably the same logic, just making sure we're being very, very cautious about where these changes are being made. Alright, so let's carefully go. I did not see them. As I was saying, let's carefully go through. Let's comb on through our code here. And you might say, why am I doing this? Because this will give us a way to check the code very carefully. Okay. So triple value Y mouse to that. Okay, so that's just make a little note about that. Note, this change must also be applied to or I'll make a line. The manifest, not italicized helpbox strings. Yep. 748 has it as well. All right. So we've established that. Next is the melee page. Alright, so if I'm remembering correctly, the reason for the minus 154 on these lines is because of the spacing of some of the writing in certain circumstances. And there's a lot to unpack here. Alright, let's start with the left, then we'll work our way to the right. And also, water. Gotta stay hydrated, chat. Okay. So we've covered 218. We've covered 84. Covered 398. Have we covered 1112? I don't think we have. That's a new one. Change 112. To C7. Change. That 210's not there, it's a Y coordinate. Yeah, the Y coordinates changed a lot more here because of how the dialog text needs to be spaced. Or not the text, the helpbox text. Let's change 182. 182 minus 45 equals 137. Change 210 to 165. Okie doke. From there, that changed to 80. That's 235. I covered 336 already. 154, I think, is a new one, though. Changing 154 to 109. Yeah, there's 154, there's 182. Which over 582, yes we did. 153. I see. Three to 108. Nice, this is covered. All right. Now for the lines of code that need adjustments. Which is this stuff, because it tends to have calculations. Alright, so 753 has an 84 in it. 53 has an 84 in it. So 754 has a 154 in it. Okay, so there's line 754 with 154. Just want to double check to see if it's anywhere else. Not that I can see. Okay. Alright, looks like the next one is 210. Alright, line 756. We'll go from there. Continue documenting. Not seeing any more 210s. Okie doke. So next we got 112. Line 758. Okie doke. Finally, 218 on 759. I think that's coordinate this time. Fascinating. Why that one's in its coordinate? Oh, I think I know why. It's because I'm going to guess it's because this is for the different infusion buttons. Yeah, that's probably it. Because those are the only set groups of buttons I can think of that would be horizontally aligned. And it's either that or the the weapon selection buttons. And with that, we completed this next section. $7.53 to $7.62. Yep. Up next, chat, we're going to take a look at the menu page selection checks. Okay, so just looking at, let's just on the left here. Change 210 to 130. For the black one, let's change 78 to 33. Why am I highlighting and bolding this, chat? Just so it's easier to spot later. Yeah, that covers that section. Next up, line 773. I'm seeing some values there, but I'm also thinking we might. Well, actually, no, I don't think we would have covered this before. Nope, that's the new one. Okay. Hard to believe, chat, that this document was first used on August 26, 2021. Man, it's been almost 3 years since we started doing these dev streams. It's pretty wild, isn't it? How much time flies. All right. Line 773. Right now I'm just talking over that chat so we can continue making our edits. Or just our notes. Oh. Okay. Inch 428 to 368. So yeah, that's all changed right there. Inch 551 to 471. Yeah, it lines up. Okay. Rack coordinates we have to change 100 to 55 and change 148 to 103. Huzzah. Let's go. Is there anything else we need to be wary of? 428 and 100. 428 and 100. All right, should make notes about that. Yeah, this might seem like a lot of documentation, chat, but again, this is to help reduce the odds of making mistakes when we're doing all these changes when we actually start programming the rework. Okay, that is line 773. Let's hydrate and continue searching. Chat, I see the ends. I think we've already covered this change. 403 and 194. Yep, we have. 877 to 879. You know what that means, chat? Only a few more strains left to check in this frame. So now instead of the helpbot string, we're going to check the manifest italicized helpbot string. Will probably be the same as what we did already, probably, but we should still double check. We've identified these lines already, that's good. Yep. Okay. And right now, I'm just scanning to make sure that there aren't any other lines that we might have missed. So far, so good. Cool. All right, that looks good. Okay. So chat, there's at least two more. The mag size strain. Yes, just fun fact, chat. in my original ideas for Heartwell, there used to be magazine sizes. That's no longer the case, because it doesn't really make sense with how the manifest works. Alright, Copper Nicholson says, read a message as million. It's like, so things look bad and your back's against the wall. You're feeling filthy as a dive-bar bathroom stall. You think your life is ruts? Well, let me just say, you're correct. You're a loser, a gosh dang loser. You're an only one-star reviewer, but at least you got company. I'm a loser, but just maybe if we eat chips together, things will end up differently. It's time to lose your self-loathing, excuse yourself, let hope in, baby. Play your card, be who you are, a loser just like me. I remember that song, Copper Nicholson. Yeah, if I haven't seen Hazbin Hotel, it's amazing. It's basically like an animated Broadway musical, basically. It's really, really well done. Okay, we got some always conditions here. Outside stream really doesn't have anything of note except frame 2, but we already covered frame 2. Chat. We've gone through the central well, thank goodness. Oh man. That was a lot. But we managed to get through the central well. Let's draw across that section out. Oh boy. It took us multiple streams, chat, but we have finally documented all the changes in the central well. And the reason, I say, why does that matter? Or if we have like 2 more frames to go. Well, the reason that matters is because a lot of these changes, while the exact lines of code might be slightly different between frames, ultimately the fundamental logic's going to be the same, since a lot of this is copied over. So I'll go from there. Let's put an action on that one. Whoa, what did I do? The central well has been fully reviewed. All right. So now we're actually here on the Heartwell depths. Ah, that makes sense. So we're going to skip on down to the Heartwell depths. I know exactly how wide this one will be, but it's definitely going to need to be adjusted. So where is the Heartwell depths boss health bar? Alright, that's not the outline though. Actually, with how long the health bar is, would even feel on screen. Oh, no it would not. It's no, it needs to be changed. Boss health bar counter. In the correct position. i.e., this is not defined. Is defined. Okay. Well, glad we checked that. Where's the boss health bar at? Right, announcement text 2. Alright, so position is actually based off of, well, actually, that's not positioning. Yep, here we go. Alright, that's all good. It's just more so the actual size of it that needs changed. Alright. Action. And graphic scale. And that kind of an action will help make it much easier to identify. Now this one's a bit unique here, chat. So, for those who have defeated either boss in the Heartwell Demo, you know that the health bar has a disintegrating animation, and it lines up very specifically with the sound effect that's played in the background to make it so that at a certain point in the sound effect, it transitions from the health bar disintegrating to saying the words "you prevailed" on screen. Now, when that "you prevailed" animation actually becomes visible is completely dependent on when the boss health bar disintegration animation is completed. So, since we'll be reducing the horizontal width of that health bar, that means the animation might need to be slowed down a bit just to make sure it's hitting it roughly the same amount of time as it currently does. So we'll add that to the list. let's see, beyond that. Okay, so now we're at the point about the decision boxes again. Because we traveled the ion collection display thing. Where is it? Not the animation control object. Yes. A lot of choices. Yep. Right now, chat, I'm just looking to see if there's anything here that requires X or Y coordinates. Oh, there it is. I knew there had to be one somewhere. Here we are. Line 177. Actually, it's my top frame. Actually, no, this one actually was future-proofed, it seems like. Might want to change the spacing there, though, but otherwise. Oh yeah, we did want to change that. Okay, so there's our action, and it's literally the same logic, I believe. Yeah. So, it's really just line 177, but otherwise the same logic. Okay. Yep. Cool. Cool. Line 293 as well, if he does a different set group of dialog choices. Cool. Indexing. Okay. All right, chat. Well, I know that took a while, but that's literally all the new stuff for the depths, at least that I can think of, that will require that. Just we've checked the, actually, did we check the boss health? I mean, the boss health bar will be tied directly to the outline of the health bar. I know it's here somewhere. Where is it? Not there. Oh, there it is. Boss health bar outline. That honestly makes sense. it's not be tied to that position, so not really much of a problem. And those positions are fine, because that's all with the boss and has nothing to do with the size of the window. Let's see here. And then, all right, chat, that covers the depths, since a lot of the other code that needs to be added in this frame is you know, copied from previous frames. Okay, and now we have the Heartwell logo and the Twitch says support UI. Let's investigate that real quick, chat. Is it the Heartwell logo? No, I think it's just the, yeah, it's all in one frame. All right. What's the name of this object? It's just active. Here's all of the text in this frame. Heartwell logo needs to be All right. Action. Active objects. Frame size. How's the active objects placed? Is it hand placed? No code. Okay, that ain't. All right. And with that, chat, we have actually I think we've identified most, if not all, of the things they'll need to change in this rework. Now, granted, we'll have to do the same stuff in the test frame, so I'll have to make a note about that. Oh, I already did that. And any test frames. Yeah, the test frames will make this take a bit longer, but the good news is, chat, we've actually, again, knock on wood, we finally fully documented the changes that are needed, which means we can start on the rework. So I think what I'll do, chat, is I'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll actually do some of these actions. So don't worry, guys, I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to actually go through the process of beginning to program the rework for the window size. So, before we head into the actual programming though, I'm going to have to do something extremely important first. And that, my dear chat, is we need to create a backup file. So a backup file is just basically a copy of the current of Heartwell in its current state, so that if we mess up, we have we can go back to the old file, so to speak. So what is that going to entail? I'm just going to take probably about a minute just to set up a backup file, and then we'll open up a copied file that we will use to actually do our programming shenanigans in. So be right back. Alrighty, chat. Welcome back, everyone. So I've created a backup file, so that way, once we start making these changes, if we mess up big time, we'll have a fallback option. So without further ado, let's begin with how we're going to do this. So we examine the code. Just finishing up documentation here, chat. To do. Using the code documented below, implement the rework. The window size. Note, if things does not end up working, you have a backup. Okay. Are marked as action. Okay. So with all that being said, our first action is in the main menu frame. Move the escape stick button by hand closer to the top left edge of the screen. No further programming for this section is required. When an action is completed, mark it done with fully implemented and tested. Okay. The escape action. Currently, when we look at this, yeah, it's there, but that's when I need to move closer to the top left of the screen. So let's, how far away is it from the top left? Let's zoom in a bit. Let's go 300%. Okay, so currently, yeah, we're in grid mode right now, so let's do 8 by 8. Alright, we moved it further up towards the edge of the screen. Okay, I think that'll suffice for now. We can check back to it later if we don't like it. A chat. That is the first action of many. So that one's done. We move the escape button up a little bit. That's probably one of the easiest ones we have here. Ah. So that realized in part of this rework we have to actually We need to actually resize the window, so... Alright. Here we go, chat. Things are probably going to break. That is so jarring. Actually, it might be confusing to do it this way if we're not able to see things. Let's close out for a second. Let's reload that. Okay. So right now, window size is still what it used to be. Obviously, we'll have to change that eventually, but for now, bring up the grid. So I'm temporarily going to set the grid. So we need to move it to the center. So it sits 48 by 360. So this is 48 by 360. That's increments of just 160 by 90. All right. So basically we need it the centered here. Turn off snap to grid for the time being. We'll zoom way in. Oh, too much. Right. So let's vertically centered, which is good. I think. Actually, I just need to tell by that. So 410. So if it's at 410, that would mean to be horizontally centered. It's 410 minus 640 divided by 2. Sorry, 640 minus 410. 230. So it needs to be at 115. Okay. And vertically 258. Okay, that's going to require some calculations. Oh, 2 divided by 2 is 51. So essentially, it wasn't vertically centered to begin with, but oh, now I'm looking at it, since that's going to be the corner of our new window. this needs to be quite a bit higher in order to fit that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One second, chat. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, chat. That works to us. I bet that needs to be moved by hand too. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. All right, that's nice and centered. Okay, it's all evenly spaced. Looks good. All right. We got all that there. And where are we going from there? So we've repositioned the opening cutscene artwork. We'll come back to that in a moment. Alright, this one needs to be moved. Let's see how that looks. Let's move a bit more to the left and up a bit. Alright, so I'll go from there. So this is just another little reminder in case people don't understand that's a button prompt. Okay. That's been moved. Okie doke. Let's go to 352. Update the text in line 352 to that. So, line 352. Is it 157, 160? Oh, whoops, sorry about that, chat. I was using the numpad, and the numpad happens to be the buttons I use to change, screens on Twitch. So the point of that change, chat, is to see where the last line of dialogue in this opening ends up. Alright. Well, let's slide our calculations roll right. Obviously the E button needs to be adjusted, but still, just the raw placement of the text looks pretty good. That roughly lines up with how I would have wanted it. Nice and centered. Okay. I got smart as complete. That's position line 337. Yep, that's the E button. $495, $216. I really hope those calculations are right. Hey, look at that, chat. Calculations were spot on. Let's go. Cool. All right. Oh, whoops. That is, that's from, sorry about that, chat. That's from the Sonic Challenge run. My mistake. Whoopsie daisy. Now we're back. Well, since you guys missed it, I'll show it to you again. Give me 1 second. So what I did, chat, bear in mind, what's in the green box here is what the window size will actually be. So ignore the stuff out here, stuff that hasn't been changed, but things in here is what it would look more like when we've actually got the rework done. So now it's a, you know, same size stuff and everything. But now you see it's nice all centered in the green box. That's what we want to accomplish, and there's the E button. Oh, you look at that. Heartwell's all automatically centered. Okay. Good to know. Well, it's centered in the green box. Obviously, these UIs are definitely going to have to change, which we've already gone over a little bit in a previous stream. So let's see here. Yeah, so as you see, chat, now that we've done all of this, it's just a question of go down the list and do the things, which is way, way easier than having to do this all bit by bit as we go. The position code on line 2 needs to be changed. Okay. Press any key. Okay, that's... Oh, here it is. $20, 300. Okay, let's see how that looks. Actually, let's skip that. All right, that looks good. Press any key. Roll over the last one. Yeah, it is. Okay. Action's done. Opening cutscene artwork. Says the top left corner needs to be 123.34. That could be a problem. Why 34 though? I can easily watch the 123 part. Because that's more to... Yeah, it's the line up the Heartwell logo afterwards. Alright, you know what? I think it's more testament that we need to move the Heartwell logo's animation. Because this is more centered in screen right here, as is. Yeah. So let's actually move the Heartwell logo 8 pixels to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now, that should... Yep, it all lines up. Looks good. Cool. That's what we'll need. Yeah, so we're pushing the Heartwell logo further up on the screen with these shifts. Line 27, 31 through 32. Okay. Seven. Oh, whoops, sorry, that's I'm using the numpad, huh? That's good. Line 27, 31 through 32. Yeah, UI positioning is going to be... That's not be a much longer term action. For now... Native 67. Right now, chat, we're just looking for all the native 80s, so we didn't put the native 67. Yeah, I am so glad. Like, now that we're actually in programming land, I am so glad that we took the time to write this stuff out. Because having to stand through this line by line while editing code would have been a nightmare. Whereas laying out like this makes it so much easier. Yeah. So, chat, if there's any moral to the story, it's planning ahead really does pay off. Because right now, it's like, while yes, it took multiple streams to plan ahead, it's making the actual editing portion of all this a lot more straightforward. There's a lot less guessing. And overall, just a lot less stressful in general. Because I just think about all the things that have to change. I mean, we had like well over 10 pages of notes that we wrote down. Imagine having to come up with that on the fly, so to speak. And supposed to hear was, now we took the time to think it through. Now it's essentially just instructions, and we're following the instructions. And it's a lot easier to follow instructions than it is to make them up as you go. All right, anywhere else? It's line 54. Cool. Quick double check. All right, looking good. Let's mark that as green. Yeah, I think that's literally what we just did. Well, let's see how it turns out. Wait, what? Suspicious. Why did it do that? Oh, I'm dumb. It's a negative number. It has to increase to go higher up the screen. Okay. Well, glad we caught that, so. Let's, what does blue again? 93. This is also another example of why it's important to test things consistently, chat. So that you catch things that you might not have otherwise thought of. Now, in hindsight, you know, knowing that negative number, understanding the context of this negative number would have made this a lot, you know, us avoid this. But you know, we still caught it, so we'll fix it. It's a fairly simple fix. So, grab that. I think that's all of them. Yep. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, that's way better. Now it's much further up the screen. Nice. Okay. Now, this section will take some more work, but this moving up the screen, that actually covers this line. So, remove that as potential action, because that's just a note at this point. Okay. All right, chat. I think this is where we'll start to wrap things up a little bit. So I'm going to write a note here. Continue from here on 2 weeks from now. (4-18-2024). You are currently on page 7, working on the condensed save file UI. Okey-doke, chat. Well, I would say it was a bit of a sore dev stream, but guess what, chat? We finally started actually programming the rework. I gotta say, I'm satisfied with the pace so far, because as you can see, chat, you know, trying to move things into this green box, just looking how it's lining up, we can do this. I feel strongly that we can do this. And I look forward to continuing to make more progress towards this rework in the coming dev streams. So if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to stick around for a rate. But if you're watching on YouTube and like what you saw, please consider subscribing on YouTube. It's free to subscribe on YouTube to always change smart layer. It's great way to show support. Watching on YouTube, have an amazing night.